We are not fighting investment.
Governor Okpebholo plays host to the Minister of Arts, Culture, Tourism and Creative Economy, Hannatu Musawa.
So at the federal level...
The minister says the federal government's concerns about the crisis surrounding ownership and funding of the Museum of West African Arts necessitated her visit.
The federal government wants...
She pledges the federal government's collaborative approach to resolving the saga towards restoring dignity to traditional institutions and safeguarding Nigeria's international cultural reputation.
So certainly, this is something that speaks to our heart. Sir, I want me and you and your fantastic team to work with the traditional institution that has been grossly wronged. There's no doubt about that. Original sins were created, and I have spoken to Mr. President, even in the Federal Executive Council, about an original sin that was done in Edo State. And I want us to work together to see how, in keeping the traditional institution right, in making that wrong that was done whole, but at the same time we can balance it out with the need for us as a nation to have some level of expectant credibility internationally. This responsibility falls on our heads at a very difficult time for Nigeria internationally, where we have been defined in a way that does not reflect our definition as a people. And it is something that has affected every single part of who we are. We do not know how far this particular definition is going to us on the international community. So I think we, sitting together, will be able to find a balance.
Hannatu Musawa commends Edo State for its historic and ongoing contributions to Nigeria's cultural identity, praising the intellectual heritage of the Edo people and the global significance of Benin's cultural legacy.
This morning we went round Benin. Is incredible, sir. What can be done in terms of not only art, the culture, the creativity, tourism. This is a treasure trove for Africa. And when, for example, we're thinking about the whole world coming to Lagos for Dirty December, I think certainly there can be a conversation as to how we can bring a number of people to also see the heritage of Nigeria, which invariably, first and foremost, has got to lie in Benin.
The governor explains that his administration was deliberately excluded from crucial information and developments, including the arrival of foreign delegates for what he described as a planned questionable commissioning of the MOWAA.
Then we have the Royal Palace of Benin.
The governor reveals that documents obtained by the state indicated major changes to MOWAA's registration details, all made just 6 days before his swearing in, describing the action as suspicious and deeply troubling.
Edo Museum for West Africa, that's MOWAA, and that is the name that we are contesting today. The trajectory payments made by Edo State government, you can see Edo State started paying this money because it's a MOWAA, and we are paid 3.8 billion. You can see it's a MOWAA trust. This article of association. These are the membership of the company of this particular MOWAA.
At CAC.
We have at CAC. We have 2021 when they registered it. Now this is Edo State government. We have the National Commission for Museum and a Monument. Then we have the Royal Palace of Benin. So these are the things first we are looking at. We are not fighting investment. The cost of the building, the pavilion you saw there, is 4.1 billion. And I don't have given 3.8 billion. What is that? 300 million. That is why I was telling you, let's sit down, let's talk before we can start making it public.
He adds that the state government was never informed about the arrival of expatriates invited for a Sunday commissioning ceremony, a move, he says, further reinforced the lack of transparency that characterized the project's operations.
Not even just Edo State alone that we need to protect its name. Nigeria as a whole. So if somebody there, to me, there will be no hiding place for criminal in our land. That is the truth, and that is the only thing I have to say this morning. So with all this, I will leave it to you to judge. When those delegations were coming to Benin, I was not aware. Why would they have to choose to come on a Sunday, 9 o'clock, that everybody will be in church? Why would such event take place? I was not told. I heard that there was going to be something on the 11th, which we spoke about. But later said, okay, they cancelled it. But the one that came on a Sunday, I wasn't aware at all. We need to be very careful. We need to study these people swindly people with the name of government. At the end of the day, there will be criminal prosecution on this.
The governor reiterates that his administration will continue to defend the integrity of the state, uphold due process, and work closely with the federal government, traditional institutions, and all stakeholders to achieve a just, transparent, and credible resolution to the MOWAA controversy and similar matters affecting the state. Recall that the federal government had since set up an investigative panel to unravel the controversy trailing the MOWAA facility. Jude Aweke, reporting for VOS TV News, Benin.